108 years ago.
Yeah, 108. Might even be 109 now. We're in 2025.
Oh, wow. Little outdated, Jane.
Better update your chat GPT, dude.
Yeah. Any response, Jang?
What do you mean outdated? Are you guys actually being for real?
Yeah,
for real.
Bill, we actually think for real. According to Einstein, he actually think for real that pseudo force has been superseded by his general relativity.
How dare you question Saint Einstein?
It's a force. He's called it a pseudo force now. That's what they call it. I think so.
In other words, a fake force. In other words, not a force.
You dare question Saint Einstein? You're going to burn.
So, from Physics Libra texts, Newton's two crowning achievements, the law of motion and the law of gravitation that had reigned supreme since published in the Principia in 1687, were toppled from the throne by Einstein.
To be fair, Einstein's a bitch and Newton's way better.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Was that Jang?
I don't know, man. Einstein wore women's shoes and Newton played with dolls. I'd say it's a tie.
Yeah, they both bitches.
Yeah, and Einstein perished unable to rectify unified field theory, so there's that too. So you have an incomplete general relativity. You've set physics back by your faith-based belief that's devoid of objective empiricism.
Oh, no, he left.
He ran.
He left. That's disappointing.
Well, maybe he's going to get the experiment now. Going to get the big guns. Yeah, AJ, he told us that gravity make us stand and make planes fly and makes water move.
I know what happened. He went to go do the experiment. That's what it is. He's very thorough.
So I want to read something from Newton that maybe you guys have heard, maybe you haven't. He said in a letter to John Locke, he said, quote, that gravity should be innate, inherent, and essential to matter, so that one body may act upon another at a distance, is to me so great an absurdity that I believe no man who has, in philosophical matters, a competent faculty of thinking can ever fall into it.
And that was, in proper English, a very, very derogatory proclamation on anybody who would believe that, right? So we would just use the R word, but Newton was a better man.
He definitely had a lot of skepticism regarding action at a distance, and he thought that it would make more sense if there was a physical medium, if these things acted across a physical medium, like the ether or whatever else, it may.
Yeah, correct.
And that's why I put him leagues above Einstein. This guy who says that, time can stretch, like a second can stretch, and an inch can jump. The king of reification. I wonder if Newton did actually believe in the.
I don't have any citations, but I think what you just read was correct, yeah. I've heard that before, that Newton didn't believe it himself.
Okay, yeah, it says here he did. It says, yes, Isaac Newton did believe in the concept of the ether, which was a widely accepted idea in his time and for centuries
No,
after.
not the ether.
Was not to be
I understand, yeah. No, not the ether. I understand that he believed in that there was some sort of background medium.
No, apparently he believed in the ether itself.
Yeah.
Says that
Yeah. I understand
it was
that.
thought to be a
I've heard
mysterious
that.
substance that filled all of space, acting as a medium through which forces like light and gravity could propagate. Newton's view on the ether was that it was hypothesized as a substance, basically what I just said. While Newton was best known for his work on gravitation and motion, he also had ideas about ether, particularly in relation to light. Number one, optics in the ether. In his book Optics, Newton explored the nature of light and proposed that light might be made of particles, which we now call photons, but he also suggested that the propagation of light might involve an ether-like medium. He did not provide a clear explanation of the ether in this context, but it was a common idea that light needed some medium to travel through, especially since it was understood as a wave-like phenomenon. Number two, Aether and gravity. Newton's ideas on gravity also involved an implicit belief in a medium through which gravitational forces could act. While he didn't explicitly say gravity traveled through the Aether, his law of gravitation suggests some kind of connection between distant objects, and he may have thought that the Aether could play a role in transmitting this force across space. And number three, the problem of action at distance. As discussed earlier, Newton struggled with the idea of action at distance, the notion that gravitational forces could act between objects across space without a medium. This is one of the reasons why he might have believed in some form of Aether. He likely thought the Aether could be the medium through which gravitational forces were transmitted.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of that. What I was saying is I have read or heard something about Newton, and I could be 100% wrong, just off the top of my head, that this mass attracting... what did he say? I'll have to find it, otherwise I'm going to misspeak. But yes, he did definitely believe in an ether.
You cracked me up earlier when you're like, we're all nukes are like starving hyenas waiting for an injured zebra.
We're still starving. There's no meat on their bones.
Am I still a robot?
Oh, no, good.
Yeah, I was actually just trying to help him out, really, because I was just going to ask him if he knew what an independent variable was. Otherwise, he's just going to keep saying, oh, I've got science for this and science for that, and then there's going to be waffle. Yeah, I was roboting at the time, so I couldn't tell him.
Well, you have to understand, some of these people don't want to know. They're comfortable with, where they're at. He isn't going anywhere as far as his mindset.
Yeah, I didn't have high expectation here that he'd even be able to figure out. I was going to try.
Yeah, you gotta learn about projective space. Get Googling.
I don't have to Google anything.
It appears you do if you don't know what objects or what topology casts a spherical projection at every angle. Because it's a circle or it's a sphere. A circular shadow from a spherical object. If it were a 4D sphere, it would cast a spherical shadow.
You said it wrong again, by the way, but nice try.
No, the sphere casts a circular shadow. That's how it works.
Okay, bro.
Except you're wrong.
Have you ever shined a light against a sphere? It leaves a circle on the ground.
You're wrong. You're wrong because apparently you don't know about the gibbous moon phase, which looks like a concave shadow, my guy. So you're absolutely wrong. Your
That's the
logic
Earth.
is flawed.
That's the Earth too. What do you mean?
It's not the Earth, so the Earth's concave now. For fuck's sake.
Well, no, but concave shadow. Concave shadow. I didn't hear the concave part. It's like an angle that's inward. What? And gibbous? No, it doesn't. It's a curve. It's like a crescent moon. You've seen a crescent moon before, right?
All right, here you go, bro. Can you see the chat? By the way,
Nope.
can you see the chat?
Here, I'm gonna show it. Like, you know what's really great is there's
Google what the word
to show
convex
you.
is.
Hold on. We know what that means, by the way. But can you see the chat?
Oh yeah, a circular shadow might hit different parts of the Z-plane and look like a, I guess, curved circle. That's a good point.
Bam. All right, so there's 3 things I posted in the chat for you. Cooked, and cooked.
Did you not hear what I said, or are you afraid to respond?
No, you did. Well, first of all,
you sound like you're afraid.
First 2 things that are posted, so you're free.
I responded to the first thing. I saw the first thing and I responded to it, and then you said some nonsense.
What was it?
I said you're correct that like a circular shadow, like a cone going outward, is what that means. Would look curved if it fell onto a surface that's curved on the Z-plane, like the moon. Which is it is the way that it looks. Like if you look at my image, it was. You said that spherical objects don't cast circles onto another sphere by projection, which is just wrong. And then you said shining a light on a sphere to cast a shadow on a flat ground is not the same as shining a light on a sphere to cast a shadow on another sphere, which is correct. That one's correct. So I did respond to the first thing you said. You haven't said anything coherent so far, but you are correct.
You're too busy yapping to address the shit that we're actually trying to post for you.
I just quoted what you said and responded. Do you have a response, or are you just going to yap?
You're still fucking yapping. We posted the Sero cycle, which you haven't addressed as well. We're just already moved on to something else.
So you're not going to respond. You have no response.
You didn't respond to the thing.
I just said that you're correct, and it means nothing, and that is quoting what you said. That's fine. I mean, yeah, if that is how it looks too. If you look at my image, it is a curved circle. It's bent based on the Z position of the moon that it hits. So it doesn't mean anything. What you said is meaningless and useless. So, do you have anything to say? Do you have any response?
It's correct, by the way. But also, there's the Sero cycle links there for you as well.
Okay, so you need an argument, buddy. You got to prove things.
Dude, you 2 seconds ago, you had no idea what a Sero cycle was. It's in the chat.
Okay, I'm asking you to prove something with it. So the word Sero cycle is a great start. Where do you go from there? Come on.
So you can see
I don't have to teach you how to prove something.
You lost track of the conversation we've been having, bro?
You didn't use the Sero cycle to make an argument. You posted this shit to make an argument, which doesn't do that.
You're completely lost track, dude.
How ironic is it that the claim stacker is now yelling, prove something? So you can see that your circular reasoning
you can't prove it. You don't have a reason to believe it. You're just saying the word
you didn't know what it was. I told you I would get it for you.
I still don't know what it was because you've just been talking. You haven't made an argument.
The links are in the chat, dumb fuck.
Does it contain a flat Earth argument? I don't think so, buddy.
We're not saying the Earth is flat.
So make a fucking argument, you fucking queer.
Brother, you said, name someone that says the Earth is flat in history. Well, I posted both in history and modern time. Here's NASA saying it.
So it's an ancient document. The Sero cycle is an ancient document that leads us to believe that, yes, it is. Babylonians, by the way, are ancient, so it is that, and I am right. So there's no reason for you to be saying that bullshit.
You said who said it?
Yes, I said the ancients knew that the Earth was round, and this retard said, actually, some ancients knew that the Earth was flat. And I, just to humor it, was like, okay, who? And I guess, yeah, the Babylonians might have. I don't know why a Sero cycle means the Earth has to be flat. That's the argument you're supposed to provide. I don't understand why. But if you don't understand why either, that's fine. I can move on and say you're right.
I would.
It seems like you don't understand.
If I were you,
it seems like you're not able to argue it. I'm going to let you talk now and just argue if you can, but I will say it.
Brother, you did ask for something. It's been provided. Now you're mad that we provided for you. Nice one.
Okay, so you do not have an argument. Good. We can move on.
Brother, you've lost track of the conversation, dude. You asked for something very specific, it was provided, and you're like, but.
Is that your argument? That's what you're trying to use as an argument? That's cute. Well, try
You're
on
like a
someone who's
woman,
more
dude.
stupid.
You never take me out on dates. Here, let's go on a date. But
You're on fucking cocaine and PCP? Fucking retard.
dude. Dude.
Also, making fun of me for sniffing. That's so rude. Come on.
What? Didn't you just accuse someone of being on cocaine, bro?
I'm not talking to you.
My God.
PC, come on, bro. You see how this went, right?
A bunch of boomers and black guys sound really stupid.
We're not as old. You
are as old, brother. You are as old.
Hey, PC, sniff. Hey, sniff. You're the one who said that the ancients. Yeah, you're the one who said that the ancients knew Earth was a ball.
Yeah, my ancestors, not necessarily your stupid ones, but my superior ancestors.
Let me guess. You're talking about a guy with sticks and shadows.
There was the lunar eclipse guy too. Eratosthenes is the guy who measured the distances, and he used, I think, Aristarchus or Samos.
Problem is, he started with the assumption that Earth was a ball.
Okay,
you think you can walk us through it without a Google search?
Well, the original proof is really, I mean, it's just like an image that I posted. It's just that there's... I actually could not recount to you the guy who calculated like the size of the Earth at the same time that he tried to determine that it's a ball. I don't remember that. That's like complicated a little bit. But that's not the one that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the lunar eclipse one.
That wasn't Eratosthenes, by the way, but all right.
I don't know who... no, Eratosthenes is the one who measured the distance, I said, between the Earth and the Moon. And to do that, you need to know Earth radii, which is what he measured it in. So it's a sphere.
You're pulling shit out of your mouth.
Okay, we're going to Google it. Who measured the distance between the Earth and Moon?
Don't add the sniffs.
It wasn't Eratosthenes, smart guy.
Oh, it was Aristarchus of Samos. I got it backwards. Whoops.
Oh, oops.
The other guy that I mentioned, that's not much of an on. You're really reaching. You blacks, you really don't understand how to argue. You blacks are really primitive.
Bro, you just say incorrect shit. I called you out, and you're like, but you don't know how to argue.
Well, I said you're correct. You're correct. You just black, too, and so you...
Yeah, exactly. Facts. Good job figuring that out. You don't have to mute him for that one, guys. Oh, shit. I was just like, fuck it, I'm done with this guy. Oh, man. We're never too bored, chat. We're never bored enough to try to keep these retards around, man. Honestly, I'm kind of racist too, Amish. It's fine, bro. The black thing isn't hurting anybody. It's totally fine, bro. Most people think I'm white as fuck anyway, so it's all right. Yeah, TOS? All right, yeah, I guess we can do that. That's funny as fuck, though, bro. Oh, man. I'm geeked up now. I just had a coffee, man. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, so anyway, the Chaldeans, they were a Neo-Babylonian group of people. There's in the chat 57 minutes Babylonian view of the cosmos.
Dude, not how this day I thought was gonna go. This is funny as hell. Dang, did he call me dumb too? I didn't catch that, Amish. Damn, that's crazy. Also, I'll try to put the I'll probably use the ban log because there's been a couple times that has booted ninjas out of here and didn't put it in the log, so I'll try to do that more often. Damn, that's crazy, bro. It's funny because most people think I'm white, right? Chat, they were like, "Oh, remember that guy that was like, you're white trash." It's like, oh, really? Interesting that. Anyway. Ancient art paintings. Painters paint flat, level water. I don't think I have any of those. Boofing speedballs. Yeah. Well, at least he demonstrated like a little bit of honesty. Just a hint of it here and there. Oh, I was wrong about that. Okay, I was wrong about that. All right, that's cool. I can respect that to some degree. Golly. What did you guys like for the second guy? Oh, shit. And we got more people joining in. What's going on, chat?
You got Hush's goofy ass in here.
Yep. So just for a note for the rest of the group and the listening audience, the Chaldeans were before Eratosthenes. So the numpty statement of the ancients knew the Earth was a ball is bullshit. Thank you very much. Yeah, and Jenna, thanks for posting that at 57 minutes. All the ancient cosmogonies or cosmologies, the Greeks, Navajo, Babylonian,
Ancient misogyny?
Yep, you got Greek,
Chaldean.
Navajo, Babylonian, Mesa, Chaldean, Japanese, Persian, Viking, Indian, Mundo, Mayan, Slavic, Incan, Hebrew, Polynesian, Australian, NASA, Chinese, African, Celtic, Sumerian, Enochian, German, Masonic even. Their art is very depictive of this. Islamic, Roman, Egyptian, and shiny.
Yeah, the Masons know.
Yeah. Yep. Hush, are you mad? You can always mic up if you're mad.
Oh shit, Hush, you gonna sit there and take that, bro? You're gonna let a woman talk to you like that, dude?
Yeah, he just
I
gave me
already,
the
I already cooked
LoJack
Jenna
brainlet
like
emoji.
Wait, hold
I
on,
cooked
Jenna.
Jenna
You cooked her what?
multiple times.
Wait,
He
Jenna,
says,
isn't it your job to cook?
yeah, I do the cooking. He says that he cooked me. Nah.
Yeah, multiple times.
All right, round two.
Especially with gas. All
Yeah,
right.
we'd like to know
Round
what you
two.
cooked her on.
Fight.
Round two, let's have a repeat of that, Hush.
Yeah. So, Jonah, what's the violation of the second law?
Here we go, chat.
What's that question?
So, what's the violation of the second law of thermodynamics?
Oh, the lack of a container for your pressure. That's fucking simple. I thought you've been through this before.
Right. So let's look at the second law together.
Strike one.
Yep.
Yeah. You already
Yep.
are trying to violate entropy, the laws
About
of
to shoot yourself in the face, man. Don't do it.
Universal and empirical observation concerning heat and energy.
Strike one. You know what?
Yeah.
You have to try another approach now because you lost on the first attempt.
I didn't, because my point.
Yeah, you did. You violated entropy.
I didn't. Just because you say I did doesn't mean I did. My
Yeah,
point
you
is there is no container in the definition of the second law. Second law has nothing to do with.
Show us a definition of gas pressure without a container.
Hold on. That's not my point. My point is,
Yeah, it
Jenna
is.
said the violation of the second law be a container, a lack of a container. The second law doesn't deal with a container; it deals with entropy. Want to try again?
Bro, I could just let you talk and you're just gonna cook yourself, bro. I don't even have to do nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, a true violation of the second law would be a sudden decrease in entropy or sudden thing going from cold to hot without external energy input. That's a violation of the second law. Container being a container existing has nothing to do with entropy. And on top of that, since we lose this is the globe claim, we lose pieces of our atmosphere every second of every day.
Prove
that is
it.
Entropy taking
Prove
place.
it. There's another claim.
I'm just saying
prove that we're losing.
That's a claim.
Prove that. Prove that we're losing a certain increment of gas pressure. Prove it.
Yeah, but just to finish my point, really
prove
quick,
it. No, prove your claim right now. No, you're not going to bypass this. You're not getting past it. No, you're not fucking getting past it. Period. You're going to stop right there, dead stop. Now prove your claim that we're losing increments of gas pressure. Prove that right now.
I'm down.
Your claim.
No,
shut up.
So, we all planned it out. We're like, oh, we're all calling in tomorrow. And let's say give us more information. And we all called and they fucking scrambling around. Fucking hell. We're about to give it up. Right? Yeah.
Sorry, that was just Tom. I don't worry about it.
So my question is to Jenna: what would be the true violation of the second law? Because it's we established it can't be the lack of a container, because a container isn't even in the definition of the second law. That rotisserie is turning right now.
So how can you have gas pressure or, a system that has gas pressure without a container, right? It's in the word, pressure.
Okay. All right. Let's get to a few things. When you say container, is it an enclosed container?
It would have to be.
Right. Did I show you the picture earlier of a mercury barometer? I'll post it again.
Yeah, and it ends up being closed. It ends up being a closed system when used like that.
Yes, but it measures the
Yes,
collision.
but. Nope, don't you dare. Yes,
Yeah,
but.
I know, but the enclosed part doesn't make it enclosed entirely. There's a part that's open to the atmosphere, and that part is interacting with the air molecules colliding on it to make the
You
fluid go
mean,
up in the enclosed.
yeah,
Lifting inside of a closed container. Yes, it's lifting up inside of an enclosed space.
Yeah, he's
That
talking
enclosed
about the air
not
pressure
the
that's
gas
on the
pressure.
outside. You have air pressure on the outside. Yeah, we know it's a pressure system. Thanks for playing.
The air pressure on the outside.
Yeah,
That's the air
exists
pressure,
because
right?
it requires a container to have air pressure.
No, it just requires collisions upon a surface
No,
of
it
air.
doesn't. Prove it with a citation then.
No problem. One second.
Show a citation where you only need one surface that you don't need a container. Show us that. Because
And
NASA
then I also
disagrees
posted
with
that
you.
picture.
Yeah, you're going against what NASA says gas pressure is.
Oh, yeah?
So we want a citation that gas pressure is achieved with an open system, with an open container.